Maybe a picture.
She only sitting up in the chair.
Well, she was a while ago. She got up and left Jody and went over to Charles over. It's 6 o'clock. We're going to call the meeting to order. If you could please stand for a moment of silence and then the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Item number 4 is the roll call. Mr. Rhoda?
Here.
Mr. Timmons?
Here.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Here.
Mr. Story?
Here.
And myself. Okay. Item number 5 is the approval of the minutes from April 14th. It was in your package that Charles had given you. Is there any questions or discussion? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Story, to have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Bird. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes. Item number 6 is to hear public comment. Is there anyone here? Okay. Item number 7, we're going to have the reports from the committees. We'll start with the police chief report.
During the month of April, we had 224 traffic stops. We issued 91 citations. We gave 143 warnings. Had 4 arrests. 106 complaints came into the city. We had 1 request for a K9 deployment with a positive alert on the vehicle. K9 Shelby put on demonstration for the scouts. Did glow-in-the-dark Easter hunt. Breakfast with the Easter Bunny. Visited with the residents at the Dover Care Center. Had numerous interactions with children out in public. All officers completed 8 hours of their annual firearms training for the full certification. That's about it, but I would like to say, this morning, me and Captain Crawford had the opportunity to go to the sheriff's office. We had to sit down with the sheriff and the chief deputy, and we hashed out a lot of our differences. We are back, hopefully on the same page of music, working together, hopefully be trained together in the future, and I think that would benefit not only the citizens of Dover, but the county residents also to see this program as a team.
Super.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The fire captain report.
All right, 12 calls for service in the month of April. That included 5 fires, 2 MVAs, 4 medical aircraft standbys from life flight landings at the middle school, and then we had a weather-related standby. So all in all, 12 calls for service. Real quick, huge shout out to our volunteers. 571 volunteer hours for the month of April. That is a lot of hours that these guys and girls put into the department, to the city, and stuff like that. They just keep going above and beyond each month. It's like it grows. I just can't thank them enough for making my job easier, them dedicating their time. One part of that, a couple of these calls this year, just the other day, Frank was down there, Vic and Don had just pulled out to go home, 2-car MBA on Spring Street, right by Whispering Hills. We were there within 2 minutes. I mean, these guys put so much time here that our responses are better for the citizens of Dover. So thank you for the volunteers that put their time in down there. Boat Swiftwater update, put it out on our Facebook page. We got our Zodiac boat with the help of EMA over Clint and Joe Campbell. We've got 2 boats now that are operational. One's an inflatable Zodiac style boat with a 20 horsepower motor on it. We took it out the other day just to test it. Everything ran good. We just completed a trailer. Got to do a couple of little minor things yet, but this was kind of driven. We've always been wanting to do this, but this was driven by the incident in Cumberland City where the gentleman that drove at the ferry. That really kind of put a little bit of sense of urgency in our minds that we needed to up our. We're a town that borders the river, and I want to be prepared for any kind of incident that happens. So we're working on that. So on that, Don put on a boater education class for them, so if you didn't have the boater education class, Don put that on for them. And like I said, we got some equipment, John boat and a motor from EMA, so I want to thank Clint and them over there. This month, we finished up our EVOC driving portion up at G&H Armor. That completes the driver training, so if you remember in a couple of meetings ago, I told y'all that we had done pump training, pump checkoffs. Well, then they went through a classroom portion, and then they did a driving track up at GH Armor. I want to thank James and Jamie Howard for helping facilitate that, but our driver checkoffs are complete so for the year, so that's another thing. Other than that, we've got a couple of upcoming events. We'll be at Fort Donaldson Safety Day in June. Garnett asked us to come down and help with our fire extinguisher training. We've got some daycare stuff, some other community events coming up, so we're going to be pretty booked up until June. Eagle Fest this weekend, so we'll be booked up the next couple of weeks for community events, fire prevention and stuff like that. And the last thing I've got is annual hydrant inspections in Flowing will be starting this week and next. I'll report all that to Charles and Tad over at the water department, but the residents shouldn't have any issues with their water while we're doing these. So.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, may I say something?
Yes.
Thank you for all the reserves and all the help that we had at the high school and junior tournament. You guys were a big help. You helped me out a whole lot there, so I do appreciate all the volunteer services that you guys put in for that.
Thank you. Item number 8, old business. Number 9, new business. Okay. Item number 10 is ordinance 498-25 on the second reading. It's an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2024-2025 annual budget. Is there any discussion, questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Burkhardt. Second by Mr. Story. Okay, we'll have a roll call. Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Myself. Okay. That's on the second reading. Item number 11 is the ordinance 499-25 on the second reading. That's the ordinance to seek a zoning clarification change from R1 to R3. This is the second reading. Is there any questions or discussion? Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Story. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Berta. We'll have a roll call. Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Item number 12 is the water leak adjustment for Charles Parks Jr., 1546 Donaldson Parkway. Charles, do you want to?
Senior, that's a senior.
Oh, sorry. I'm just, sorry.
That's fine. We
That
had a
looks
leak-
like a J on my, no, I'm sorry. Okay,
Oh.
I'm sorry, Charles Parks Sr.
We had a leak, service line that come completely in half, and the bill actually was $2,200. After adjustments, it's $468, and that's the first time adjustment.
Okay. I'm sorry. It just looked like a J to me. I apologize.
That's
Excuse
fine.
me. Sorry. Okay. So do I have a motion to approve this water leak adjustment for the first time?
Motion.
Motion with Mr. Story. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second with Mr. Berta. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Item number 13 is ordinance 501-25, and that is the ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2024-2025 annual budget.
I have a question
Okay.
on that one.
Okay.
Could you explain the fire one for engine 23?
Yes, sir. Engine 23, about 3 weeks ago, the pump actually has gone out of that unit. The truck has 14,000 miles on it, so we're looking at anywhere from 21 to 24,000 actually to get it fixed, and it's actually in Nashville to be fixed, but we can't replace that truck for that amount of money, so we'd be better off to put that money in it to fix it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion Ms. Burkhardt. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second Mr. Timmons. We'll have a roll call. Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Item number 14 is the ordinance 500-25, first reading. This is the ordinance for the fiscal budget 2025-2026. Is there any questions or discussion? Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion Mr. Story, second by Mr. Berta. We'll have a roll call. Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Okay. Item number 15 is the owner's request to annex parcel of land into the city, parcel number 085-00203. That's the plan of services provided by GNRC. And I would like to read something, a statement at this time before we go any further. I would like to address the concerns recently raised by the citizens regarding the annexation of the new property and the provision of the services. Please find below clarifications on the points brought forward. Proper public notices were issued and cost estimates were prepared. The bids received for the project came in below these estimates. The city manager has disclosed all potential conflicts of interest and clearly explained that if the city chose to vote in the annexation, they would have a plan for the established services, which could include water, sewer, fire, police, etc. We have received guidance from the Greater National Regional Council, GNRC, confirming that the Tennessee Code annotated 651102 mandates the city to establish a plan for essential services, which could include a trunk or a main line for newly annexed properties. It's important to distinguish between existing city property or city property undergoing division and properties newly annexed into the city. In cases of existing property division or development, the developer is responsible for the cost. However, the newly annexed land, state law requires the city to first establish services, including the installation of a main line. Following this initial establishment, developers are then responsible for the cost associated with connecting to and extending any further lines. Should a developer later request changes to the main line due to their development needs on what has become existing city property, those costs would be borne by the developer. The planned main sewer line will also provide services to Mr. Hawkins' newly annexed property. Regarding the return on investment, we anticipate this we realize through various revenue streams, including property taxes, sales taxes, water and sewer connection fees, maybe potential liquor taxes, and personal property taxes. Approximately 9 acres have already been annexed for the town's future growth, and Mr. Hawkins' annexation will add an additional 20 acres. The town's long-term depends on strategically pursuing growth and expansion, and both of these properties align with the town's established growth plan from previous years. Finally, we understand a developer expressed a concern about being required to pay for a line extension. This extension was on land already within the existing city limits, which was previously a larger parcel subdivided for the residential development. It was also not mentioned that the city covered the cost of the materials for this project, with the developer providing the labor. It's important to note that material costs in such projects can be often represent 50 to 65% of the total expense. And at this time, I would like to ask to suspend the rules so that Mr. Bryan from GNRC could further explain what I have just read. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules for him to speak? Second. Okay. All in favor? Okay. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. You're all anxious. Okay. Go ahead.
So just explaining a little bit how the plan of services fits in per Tennessee law that Mayor Fitzy referenced. Sort of the intent of that is if a municipality like Dover's going to take in property, they want to make sure that those new folks coming in, that there's adequate fire protection, there's adequate police protection, and lining up for other things, there's a plan for, hey, if there's going to be sewer connection, how's that sewer connection going to be made? If there are school students, where do they go? Which schools, that sort of thing. So it's making sure that any new areas come in, that those new potential residents are properly accounted for by the municipality that's bringing them in, and also to sort of start that process of how will services be delivered. So that's essentially what the plan of services is. some of the key things in there are the plan of how to get there, and then also the timing on how to get there. So some things may be available immediately for police coverage, for instance, but some other things may require a development timeline. So one of the requirements of tenancy law is that there's a timeline to implement these things, so we don't have an open-ended situation where something's promised and not delivered. So that's a little bit about the plan of service process. And for a plan of service like this, if others, what I do is I help to develop a draft and then communicate with town staff, because there are key questions. Hey, where are potential sewer connections, that sort of thing. So that's done in conjunction with town staff. And then I think there have been some questions about municipal code 18-123, utilities, extensions, and new developments. And just being very careful here, I'm not a lawyer, not providing interpretations or so, but I thought it just might be useful just to read that out so everyone's on the same page on what it says. Section 2 under this says extension by individuals. A utility may be extended by one or more individual property owners. Upon request, a project area may be established by the town. The boundaries of a project area will be defined by the town. This area will be used to establish the parties responsible for and to share in the cost of the utility serving the project area. In no instance will a project area be established when the roads or streets are not approved and accepted roads or streets of either the town of Dover or Stewart County. When a project area is established, the parties being served will be responsible for the cost of engineering, inspection, and all materials and labor for the completion of the project. In addition to the cost of this project, each party being served will be responsible for paying the cost of the necessary tap fees. So I just thought that might be useful just to put out there. This is just me as an individual, hearing that language. It seems to me with a new development coming in, here's at some point the town and the developer have to make a distinction. What is that project area defined by this number 2? And the developer is responsible for that area within the project area, and the town helps to define, hey, what are the boundaries for the developer working within that. So I hope that's helpful, just provide a little context on plan of service, and maybe help it just to read out a little bit from the municipal code for that.
So, Madam Mayor, Matt, in that letter you said the developer that your reference or had made this complaint was given the material in the prior, and then that developer's complaining about we did something wrong?
The city, according to what we had researched, the city covered the cost of the materials for this project.
So that got failed to be mentioned in the social media chat.
But the developer provided the labor.
Okay.
Okay?
But that got failed to mention, so.
Oh, yes, it did, yes.
So then my question is, if someone gets on social media and they put out false information, does the city of Dover, or if they name one of us individually, is there any legal aspect that we can provide that say, you slandered us, or you did something that you're not correct in mentioning in social media? Is there any statute or any responsibility that we can take towards that?
Yes.
So potentially there could be, but I think that knowledge, as has been presented tonight, can clarify some of those misunderstandings and hopefully put these issues to rest.
Okay. So did this developer ever come to you, Charles, and want clarification, or did we just go offhand on social media and badmouth the city?
I've never spoken with him about this.
Okay.
Anybody else? Do I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion.
Okay. I have a second. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Go back to item 15. Owner's request to annex parcel of the land into the city, parcel number 085-002-03. Is there any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Story, to have a second.
Second.
Second from Mr. Bardo. Have a roll call. Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Okay, so the item carries. You can call Mr. Hawkins.
This will move to planning,
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they'll review the planning services and all that. So that's where we're at right now.
Yes, okay. And thank you for coming. We really appreciate you coming and working to do the right thing. Thank you so much. Okay. Item number 16 is communications from the mayor. Mr. Barta at this time has requested that he could make a presentation. Yeah.
Officer Hannah, you come up here. So I know a lot of you have seen online that he's doing a lot with like animals and cats and dogs within the community, and also part of the fire department. I picked up these in case of emergency, please save our pet stickers. I think these are pretty neat. So you can put the number of dogs that you have on there, number of cats or any other animals, and you can put it right on the window. That way if the fire department comes, they see this on the window, they know how many animals are in the house. That way, they know when they're going through the house, I'm looking for 2 dogs instead of 1 dog. So I wanted to give you those. Thank you.
Congratulations. Also, in speaking with Miss Olivia and Charles, in the next couple of months, the town is going to be working on videoing our own meetings. Therefore, we can put them on our website and we can put them in line with each other. And then that will be easier access for someone to go on our website and look at, and even watch it live. So I think maybe Chelsea and Miss Tina, I told her to watch tonight so that she could listen, because I think that will make her very happy. But we're going to be working on that in the next couple of months, and then we'll be doing our own videos so that we can, of our meetings, so that we can actually inform everyone that can go to our website and they can watch them in conjunction of each other. Also, we got Eagle Fest this weekend, and I'm excited. We had a meeting today, and I couldn't even sit still. I'm so excited. Charles can tell you. He even asked the people there if they was excited as I am. But I am. It's a great event. We remember the past and all of our present serving military. We are supposedly going to award the oldest, should I say not oldest, how could I use that? The person that is still living, that has been a veteran of war, male and female, and we have them both at Dover Care. And we're going to, that's going to be Saturday, so you need to come out so that you can see our veterans, and probably there might be 1 or 2 more, but I think those are the 2 that exist at this time that we're very excited about. So just come out to Eagle Fest. It's a great event. It's a great time to be together and celebrate our freedom. So that's all I have.
I'd like to ask a question if I may.
Sure.
Did a high school tournament and everything go good for them?
It went great. Of course, the weather,
Yeah.
but all the kids had a great time. We had a great turnout with the kids and the parents and the captains, and the director, Jeremy, just kept on thanking us over and over and over. And I mean, during the whole weigh-in, constantly, he referenced the city of Dover. And I mean, and it's really, I've been to a lot of their events all over Tennessee, and we're the only one that goes beyond what the other communities do. We have our local ministers from the area that come and do the morning prayer, and then we have local people that does the national anthem. So I mean, the town and the county. I mean, I got to include the county because some of the billboards, they welcome the high school anglers. And no one does that with these kids. And when I started presenting this to you guys 3 years ago, I wanted Dover to be the impact. I want everybody to talk about it. And they actually do. And it helps our local businesses. I know they do a charity for fundraising for food. And Miss Lisa, a lot of the people told her they bought it at Piggly Wiggly, or they bought it at Dollar General. That brought it here. So, they spent money here, they donated money here. So, it was a great turnout. We're supposedly going to do, we have another one in October, And then next year, we are hosting the Junior State Championship. So kids will, and parents and families will be coming from all over the state of Tennessee just to be here for their state championship. And once again, I need to thank the city employees and the reserves that assisted us out there. I mean, everybody did it. Our city maintenance people in preparation before it. I mean, they had the park looking really good, and it was a great job.
Well, I want to commend you for taking
Yes,
that
thank
up
you.
and doing a great job
Yes,
with it. So
yes.
hopefully, like you said, we'll get the state next year, and even make it bigger and better.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I'd like to add one thing that I echo everything that Archie said, because that's all I heard was good reviews. And like he said, they actually purchased most of their canned goods, and it was over 200 pounds. It was in the back of my car. So I know there was 187 cans of canned goods, and we took it to Good Samaritan and donated to them. But they were so impressed with our local restaurants and things that, you know, they just loved, you know, they were like the food, the way they were treated, and the businesses. And they just went on and on about that. So I thought that was really, you know, that was commendative of our businesses, our local restaurants and businesses. Because the whole time, did you hear him say, you know, go there to eat, go get your hot fudge cake? I mean, it was constantly, get breakfast over there. And so it was just, you know, they were really, you know, excited and real pleased with the restaurant. So I wanted to just add that, Archie. So, okay. Anybody? If there's nothing else, I'll see everybody at Eagle Fest. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion, do I have a second? Second, Ms. Burkhardt. All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Okay.
Adjourn.